And it's really, the majority of the time I get picked up is mainly when I'm in street clothes. It's not even a con. And I think actually the worst pickup line I've ever had, to tell you the truth, was I had to get a laundromat one time when our washing machine broke at my home. And like, and so I put my laundry in there, and I'm like wearing no makeup, a t-shirt, jeans, hair up, I mean glasses on. I was sitting there reading a book, and I was just like, I was just like, I don't want to get to, I was sitting there reading a book. You would think, you're not going to talk to her, she's reading a book. Well, this guy, okay, it's an older guy, he's probably like 60, okay, and he's a black guy. Nothing against black people, I'm sorry, that's weird, but nothing against about, he was a black guy, 60-year-old black guy, and he comes up to me, and he's just like, hey, what's your name? And I was just like, why are you talking to me? I didn't say that, but I was just like, I mumbled it, like Michelle, like really quiet, mumbled and stuff. And he's like, he asks kind of simple questions, and then all of a sudden, and I'm just kind of sitting there trying to read my book, trying to ignore him. And then he's like, so do you have a boyfriend? And I was just sitting there, and I was like, and this is before I did have a boyfriend. I was just sitting there. I should have told him I did, but I was stupid. And I'm just stupid when it comes to this stuff. But I was like, no, but I don't really want one. And then he was just like, oh, why not? And I'm just like, because I just don't really care to have one. And then he's like, well, what about a sugar daddy? And I was just sitting there, and I was like, what? Like, what? I just sitting there, and I'm just like, I was like, no, I don't want it, I don't know. And he's just like, what? Why? Nothing comes with it. I could just buy you stuff. I was like, no. I really just like wanted to run away then, but I was waiting for my laundry to get done. It was just so like frustrating. I was sitting there and I was like, really? Like, can you just go away now? But yeah, that's kind of the worst pickup line I think a guy has had. Yeah. I don't even understand it. Sorry, I'm gonna fix my hair thing. It's coming out. It's gonna bother me. Like I said, my hair keeps going in my eyes. I'm just like, no. Okay. Okay. Next question. James Alexander asked, who's the character in your Facebook avatar? Right now, I have it Morgiana from Magi, and it's actually her dancer version is what I have it as. And mainly, I just love Morgiana. Like, I forgot, she's actually one of my favorite cosplays ever, cosplay too. I wasn't thinking, she's one of my recent ones, that's why I'm totally blanked out. But, I don't know, I just love Morgiana. She's just great. Like, I don't know how to, she's just great. I don't know, she's just one of my favorite characters, actually. But yeah, that's the character from my Facebook avatar. Bradley Paul Cook asks, do you feel that cosplayers who buy their cosplays rather than make their own are legit cosplayers? And could you explain your answer? I think they are. I don't know why making versus buying is really a big deal. I mean, as long as you aren't entering into a contest and saying it's your, you made this sort of thing, that's a little different. But if you're out there just having fun with friends and you're just cosplaying for fun, I don't see why, buying versus not, making, like, I don't see why it's a big deal. I mean, I can see why making it would definitely, especially if you're entering a contest, that definitely, I guess, I feel like making it definitely makes you connect with the character more. Well, not connect, but I would say it makes you more proud of your work, I guess you could say. So that's why I definitely recommend, if you're gonna cosplay, I would definitely at least try to make a cosplay, because you can definitely, it helps you learn things, and and especially you can take pride that you made this costume sort of thing. But I really have no issues with people who buy it rather than make it, because I buy some of my stuff too. I don't see what the big deal is. Like I said, as long as you don't enter into a contest saying it's yours, that's all I have an issue with. Janice Taiga Bunny Singh, sorry, I'm laughing at her question. Janice Taiga Bunny Singh asked, why do you have such a good butt? Oh, Janice, I'm sorry. That's just the funniest question. Um, I don't know. I guess it's just genetics. I don't really know why, cause I don't know. Sorry, I know it's weird. I don't know. I guess I think it's like magic or something. Dekaris Mormon. I'm sorry. I don't know if I pronounced your last name right. I'm sorry. Who are your personal top five favorite female anime characters? Okay, I have a list. Five. Well, I guess that's a list technically. Um, Lena Lee from D Gray Man. She was my first favorite female character, and like always will be one of my favorites. I gradually, she isn't quite my favorite as she used to be, but she will always be my favorite just because I was a huge fan of Lena Lee for the longest time. Um, and a lot of people are like, "Well, Lena Lee's a crybaby, you know." She doesn't, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, she's a girl. Girls are emotional. Like, I'm sorry, but that just comes with the territory. I mean, I guess there are female characters out there that aren't as emotional, but I'm just saying most majority of girls are emotional. So I mean, and not only that, like she's you know, the only time she really cries is when she can't help her friends. You know, when she, you know, she's stuck. She lost her ability to fight. I mean, and she sees her friends getting beaten. That's the only time she really cries. That, or she finds out maybe her friend died or something. I mean, I would cry if my friend died too. Like, I mean, you know, so like that's really the only time she really cries. So it frustrates me when people are like, "Oh, she cries too much," and I'm just like, "You're stupid." Like, seriously. I mean, I just love Lena Lee because, like, I just find her awesome and amazing. But, my next one would be Homura from Madoka Magica. Like, it's funny because at first, I totally, like, thought she was, excuse my language, I thought she was a bitch. Um, and when I actually found out her backstory, like where, you know, like I just fell in love with her, and she's kind of just been one of my favorite characters ever since. Like, and and it's kind of sad that I kind of disliked her in the beginning, but I just totally fell in love with her now. I just love her character so much. Then there's Nia from Gurren Lagann. Again, a lot of people don't like her character. I mean, I can see that to an extent, but I like her because I just think she's adorable. And, like, yes, she's naive, but you gotta realize she hasn't grown up around humans. She doesn't know what humans are. So she is a little naive considering she doesn't know what humans are. So, and, you know, a lot of people were like, sorry if you haven't seen Gurren Lagann, but a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, I don't like how she's always like, get over Kamina, like, I don't like how she's like that." And I'm just like, I can see that, but I can also see that where she's coming from, you know, like, she sees these people crying, okay, over this guy that passed away, you know, and she probably is thinking this guy probably wants them to get over him, not keep crying over him. That's probably what she's thinking. She's like, why would somebody, you know, I don't know, I guess it is really soon after, but I think she's, again, still having trouble trying to understand humans and stuff and why they are the way they are. So I guess, I forgive her for that. Plus, I know this is bad, but I wasn't really a huge fan of Kamina. Yeah. So I was kind of like with her. I was like, guys, get over him already. I know that's really bad. But that's kind of, again, I've always really liked her. And then, of course, you know, when she turns into evil Nia, like, I was just like, yes, evil Nia, I approve. The next one would be Morgiana from Magi, The Magic of Labyrinth. Oh, what can I say? Morgiana, she is just, she just makes me so happy. Like, I love her because she's so badass. Like, she can fight people, and, like, but I also love her, like, dark past, you know, like how she was a slave, you know, and it's just, like, her breaking out of those chains. Like, I just love that. And then, like, she makes these, like, adorable expressions, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, oh my god, you're so adorable. So I just love Morgana. My last favorite one is actually a more recent one, actually. Would be Mikasa from Attack on Titan. A lot of people, I'm still trying to, like, understand why I like her. I don't know quite why, but I just do. And, like, I know she's always there trying to protect Aaron. I kind of find that sad where he doesn't realize that she likes him more than just a brother and a friend. I think she technically really like loves him, but he doesn't really realize that. And it kind of makes me sad. I'm just like, Aaron, why don't you realize this? But I really love how like badass she is. I have a thing for badass characters. I mean, like I said, the majority of my list is badass. So I mean, think that's really reason why I like Mikasa is like she's so amazing. Yeah, that's all I have for that one. He also asked if you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? Anywhere. I think that was pretty easy. I want to go to Japan. Definitely. I definitely want to go where anime and manga is originally made. I do. As a little kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? That's an interesting question. Actually, when I was a little kid, I actually wanted to be, I guess, kind of weird. I wanted to be a meteorologist. Like, it's weird. It's weird that I really wanted, like, to study weather. I was always terrified of tornadoes, but I don't know. I think that's why I wanted to study weather. I don't know. It's weird. But, yeah. That's kind of what I wanted to be when I was a kid. Mike Doyelaire. Sorry, I cannot pronounce names. Who was the first character you cosplayed as? My first character I cosplayed was Mikasa from, or Misaka. It's been a while since Mikasa. Mikasa. Sorry, I'm having trouble remembering names. Sorry, Mikasa, I believe it is. Misaki. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna double check this. I'm sorry. I'm falling on names right now. Ugh. I'm such a horrible person. Misaki. Sorry, Misaki. All these M names. It's confusing me. Misaki from Keiichi wa Maid-sama. She was it was her maid version. She was actually the first character I've really cosplayed. And basically, I was a really huge fan of that series when I, first started cosplaying. And I found that cosplay for pretty cheap. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'm going to cosplay her. So that's who I first cosplayed. Jeff William asked, why are you so awesome? That's a funny question. I don't know. I don't know why people think I'm so awesome. I'm most of the time weird and derpy. Clumsy. Oh, honey. That's some words to describe me. I don't know if awesome. I guess I could call myself awesome. No, I don't. I've been being a little too much, but I don't know. I guess I am. Haley Kuma asked, "Do you have any cosplay senpais, people who you really admire?" I do to an extent. I definitely admire Melfina cosplay. She's she's really sweet. I've got to meet her, and she's really sweet, and I really love her cosplays a lot. Another cosplay senpai I admire is Kate. Sorry, I'm failing your names. Katie George. Katie George is her name. She actually won. I think it was. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. It was. But she won the U.S. Summit, U.S. Cosplay Summit for the U.S. and went to Japan. But I met her a couple times, and I think she's she's really sweet. And I'm always like, you remember my name? Oh my gosh, I just kind of get all like, oh my gosh, you remember my name, sort of thing. It's weird, but she's really awesome. I really like Katie George.